We were down in Encinitas this week to see the girls and kind of do some healing and some talking. And we walked down the streets of Encinitas going to some of the fun places, and we got stuck at one of these lights, and we pushed this walk sign, and the guy kept going, wait, 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 wait. And I thought, the goodness of God is running after me, because we'd been listening to that song. And I said, we need to wait. We need to stop so that goodness can catch us. Exactly. Because it's always there. Let me read you a few. This isn't something that just we believe. This is a knowing that permeates spirituality. Spirituality, when we talk about feel the sacred all around us, the sacred is our connection to God. The connection, whatever the connection is to God. And since God is all that there is, that connection is everywhere. But we have to learn to feel it and recognize it and see it and know it. But here's a quote from Ernest Holmes. We know this. We live in a spiritual universe. Not a physical universe, a spiritual universe. God is in us, through us, around us, and always, always, always for us. And then a French Jesuit priest, a theologian, a philosopher, and a scientist, Pierre Teilhard de Chardin, said, "We are not human beings having a spiritual experience. We're spiritual beings having a human experience." If we can realize that and understand that we are spiritual beings, and we have been blessed with this opportunity to have this physical experience. This is a classroom. This is a school for us to learn. And when we graduate and move on, we will go to the next class. So if we know that, we don't have to have the fears we have here. We can be open to the learning. How open are you? Okay, never mind. Anyway, then I'll tell you one other quote from the soul of Rumi. He says, spirit is so mixed with the visible, so mixed with the visible world, that the giver, the gift, and the beneficiary are all the same. We're all the same. We're all one with the energy, the essence we call God, which is good. But the problem is, some of us just don't listen. We don't wait long enough to catch that goodness. So what we can't do here on Sunday mornings and in classes and the things we do and the convention was about really feeding our spiritual mindedness. Spiritual mindedness doesn't mean we don't make mistakes or forget who we are or blame and judge and do those things that we do sometimes. It means that we have a consistent and persistent agreement with ourselves to remember to look for the divine in everything. It doesn't always happen, but that's what we do with our spiritual mindedness. We want to remember, oh yeah, God is everywhere. Let me find it. Let me see where it is. And the more personal that energy and essence of God can be to us, the more consciously alive we become. Because we don't live in that fear. We don't live in the fear that someone is against us, that we're just going to be in this here, and then it's all gone. But we realize we're part of this, on this path of evolution. It's eternal, ever growing, and wherever we go, we can take with us all the love and the goodness and the learning that we've gotten. Doesn't that sound cool? I like that. That makes me feel good that we can take it with us when we go along. The divine plan for each of us is increasing our consciousness of unity with the whole. That's why we're here. That's our journey and our plan and our evolution. But the topic today is feel the sacred. I think at times we give our intellect way too much credit. We get degrees and promotions, honors, awards for how smart we are. But we have to remember, God speaks in a different language. That language is universal. It's a universal language. It's a language not of words, but it's what we feel. So if you and I are going to really feel the sacred all around us, we have to spend more time inward. We have to spend more time practicing the presence that's already in us. This inward indwelling spirit that we talk of, this divine urge within us, is always pressing against us to grow and become, but we have to quiet that voice here. We have to step away. Now, indigenous people, if they found someone or met someone that was out of balance, disconnected with their spiritual nature, in other words, were more human-mindedness in fear and doubt and worry and complaint, than in the spiritual mindedness of possibility and creativity and love and peace, they would ask, when did you stop singing? When did you stop dancing? When did you stop caring about the stories, especially your own? And when did you stop finding comfort in the silence? That's the waiting time. If you and I want to build a stronger relationship with the divine within us and with the world around us, it's about taking the time to move the barriers and the blockages that we've built to separate ourselves from God and our good and our greater good and our greater understanding. It was Hafez who said, the hardest work you'll ever do in your whole life, the hardest work you'll ever do is separating yourself from God and love. He said, sit, just sit, rest, wait a while. Let me bring you a tray of food, something you like to drink, and let my words be a cushion for your head. Because your separation from God, I'll just add a word, is exhausting. Is the hardest work you'll ever do. But it is exhausting. Because when we can't find a way, when we get so wound up in ourselves, our minds start telling us all these things, how much we don't know, how confused we are. Wait, that's my new motto this week. I'm sorry. He wouldn't stop. Really, it was very annoying. But wait, it's already there. The answer's here. We have to let it. We have to let it speak to us through the wisdom and the knowing of feeling, of intuition and instinct, and that knowingness. I know. But we have to make the space. And when do we start our relationship with God and goodness and a greater possibility? When do we start communing more with the divine? It's right where we are right now. And if you're feeling broken, if you're feeling stuck, perfect. Now's the time, because that's the best time. When we're broken open, what Spirit is looking for is a willingness in our consciousness to be open to more, a willingness and an acceptance that life is good. If we can know that deep in our soul. I love the song, it's through my tears, or your reading that you said, Mary, through my tears, we can feel that life is good. We know it. Yeah, it's painful right now, but there's a goodness there that's just waiting for something more. It's just waiting for that bigger possibility. So if we want to know, and Jim, I love what you said, and many of us did not go to the convention. We were signed up because of the COVID. We chose not to be there this year, and but we had beautiful representatives that went. But what's life going to be like in 10 years? Well, let me tell you. This is I don't know, but this is a beautiful quote by Meister Eckhart. He's one of the most well-respected, admired mystics, Christian mystic, well-respected. And he says, our destiny in this world is to see as God sees, to know as God knows, and to feel as God feels. The greatest gift God can give us is its own experience. We're the way God knows itself. We're that. We're the way God knows itself. Every object, every creature, every man, woman, and child has a soul, And it is the destiny of all to see as God sees, to know as God knows, to feel as God feels, and to be as God is. Now that sounds like a big, 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 big responsibility, but we're all unique and we're all on a journey. And when we can know that, when we can have this spiritual mindedness, we can see beyond our human inconsistencies. We can see beyond the mistakes we make. We can see beyond the problems that other people seem to have. And realize it's all part of the process of growing and becoming. Now, if I want you to feel, and I want me to feel, I'm going to do, if you came in to talk to me and wanted a little consultation, I do a little feeling process with you. So are you willing to do that with me now? Yeah, because I think we need an experience. So put your feet on the floor. Put your back as straight as you can against the chair so you feel totally supported. And I'm going to ask, we get to think we're the only things here and forget that there's so much help from the other side. Angels, archangels, and I don't know what you believe, but there's 7, 12, I don't know how many archangels, but I always start that we're sitting open, available, and ready. And there's a big archangel standing behind us. It could be the Archangel Michael, who is the protector and the defender who gives us courage and strength through difficult times. It could be the Archangel Raphael, who is the healer and is there to heal us at times of physical, mental problems and ailments. Or it could be the Archangel Gabriel, who's there to bring creative inspiration to us. Problem solver. So just close your eyes, if you will. We'll do that together. And whatever archangel it is, whatever angel it is that stands behind you, the messenger of God that's here to help us as individuals and help humanity in this journey of awakening. And just imagine in your mind's eye that archangel has a beautiful picture of liquid light that is love, that is peace, that is healing, that is possibilities, that is joy, that is harmony. And that archangel puts its hand on your head and opens up your crown chakra. As you sit there open and available and ready to become, to merge with the beauty and the wonder and the goodness of spirit, of the divine. And this angel pours into the top of your head this liquid light that is love, that is truth, that is goodness, that is peace and possibility. And this liquid light fills your head and just burns away the doubt, the fear, the worry, and just fills your head with the sparklies of love and peace. And that beautiful liquid light moves down into your heart center and again burns away the pain and the hurt of the heart and fills it with the possibility and the goodness of love and healing. And that liquid light that is love continues to move through your body, to fill your arms, moves your organs to move around in peace, working together for good, and down your legs, that you feel vibrant and alive and filled with goodness, filled with spirit, knowing the truth of who you are. And as you're so filled to overflowing, you get to do the work you've come here to do. To see as God sees through the eyes of love. To see the spiritual atmosphere that is around each and every person for greater understanding and truth. That you get to know from your heart center the truth about life. That we are here for each other. We're all connected in a beautiful way. We're connected as a tapestry, interconnected here. We need each other. And as we see as God sees, know as God knows, we feel the goodness of life surging and pulsating through us as we know that we are truly alive as we are in this state and in this place. So in this place, as we're filled with God's love and light, as we've cleared our eyes to see goodness and possibility where we look and see, we know in this moment we are truly, truly alive. We have activated our spiritual mindedness. We are spiritually aware. Our intuition is keen. Our insight is keen. Our instinct is sharp, and we are alive. So in this moment, as we know God as the fire in our heart, as we've ignited this divine spark that is within us, that is the spark of the divine, I just ask and invite each of us to take a nice deep breath. And when we exhale, do so as we open our eyes and come back to this room, feeling conscious, aware, and awake that we are here on purpose. We are here to be alive, to be fully alive, to be open and available to all the good and the pain and the joy and the tears and the happiness and the whole kit and caboodle, because that's our experience and our lessons here. So right here, right now, we say together, I am alive, I am alert, I'm enthusiastic, I feel good, I look good, I am good, and I am on fire with love, with light, and with goodness. And so it is.